Boruto might have just teased the JOUGAN's true power and we overlooked it. So in Boruto 2 Blue Vortex Chapter 1, we saw Boruto almost instantaneously infiltrate Konoha via the sky. This was after Code told Sarada he'd make her summon Boruto by screaming so it would reach Boruto. What was this ability that allowed Boruto enhanced perception across long distances? I speculated it was some type of super hearing Shinjutsu ability that Boruto picked up along his 3-year exile from the Hidden Leaf Village. But it turns out this could have been the JOUGAN, aka the Pure Eye, that allowed Boruto to perceive code across various dimensions and teleport to his pinpointed location instantaneously. Let me give you the Carfax of when we saw Boruto use a similar ability with his JOUGAN. So let's go back to Boruto episode 14 in the anime. This is within the Nue arc, when the class rep basically had her little evil saga, and she had this creature called the Nue, which had access to these different dimensions and all this other shit. So we saw Boruto use the JOUGAN to perceive his friends calling out his name while Boruto was in a whole other space-time dimension that was unique to the Nue. So Boruto was then able to pinpoint their location back in Konoha's dimension and use a space-time ninjutsu to transport back. So keep in mind, Boruto didn't have karma at this point either, so it wasn't karma space-time ninjutsu. So basically what the JOUGAN did was show Boruto his friends calling out to him in the other dimension, clear as day for Boruto within his eye. He can hear him too, so it's like different levels of perception. He can see into another dimension and he can hear into another dimension. So I don't know the depths of this ability, how many dimensions across it can kind of still have a level of perception with, but we've seen Boruto use that technique way before he had the karma. This is episode 14, remember. So Boruto could have used that same JOUGAN clairvoyance perception technique to hear code threatening Sarada about summoning him. So he would, just like the anime, be able to pinpoint his location utilizing the Pure Eye and transport into the Konoha sky above code, because when the Hidden Leaf sensed Boruto's chakra signature appear into the village, they said Boruto, he suddenly infiltrated into the village. He's in the sky right above code. So it's like this dude came out of nowhere, right after code threatened Sarada. So it's a direct connection. You know what I'm saying? After he said he was gonna summon Boruto, Boruto is able to see that shit. My boy like, oh yeah, I got you in 4K right here, I'm on the way. So this man Boruto instantly came through to the scene to step on Code's head top and tell this man, yo, you ain't got no maidens. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no bitches. You know what I'm saying? You don't got that rig, boy. You know what I'm saying? So the evidence is there. And I'm a person, I originally saw this theory on Twitter. This is where a lot of buzz was happening for it. So, you know what I'm saying? I went back, analyzed my different sources. I went back to episode 14 in the anime, and I remember watching that when it happened, but that was years ago. So of course we had to go back, analyze the evidence, and it lines up. You know what I'm saying? So this is a very viable theory. They're even saying the perspective angles when Boruto used this technique in the anime versus in the manga are the same. So I took a look. It's pretty much the same angles when Boruto perceived his friends calling out to him versus when he perceived Code and Sarada, having their little skirmish within the Leaf Village. So I'm always a proponent of, having them Carfax when you have a theory video, because there's a lot of theory motherfuckers that really just be having these nutty ass theories that have no Carfax. But this theory even ties into my own theory about the true power of the JOUGAN Pure Eye, which I made a video about. So I said that the JOUGAN would allow Boruto to perceive/communicate with Shibai Otsutsuki while he exists in a type of Pure Land dimension and learn from Shibai about his teachings and Shinjutsu as he's achieved an enlightened type of state. He's discarded his body. He's basically a spirit soul type of deity now that he's discarded his body purposely, so Boruto would be able to perceive him in the same way that he was able to perceive Momoshiki when Boruto killed him. So look at this scenario, for instance. it's been continuously shown that the JOUGAN has the ability to perceive other dimensions and planes of existence and allow the user to perceive and communicate with beings that reside in these different areas. So like I said, we're gonna look at when Boruto killed Momoshiki with the father-son Rasengan. Crazy epic moment. And Momoshiki's spirit came to Boruto in another plane of existence. He stopped time right before the Rasengan finished him, and he came to Boruto in spirit form. And some people have theorized that this time stop thing is some type of shinjutsu. That might have some merit. That might be a shinjutsu that Momoshiki has, because he said that he has extensive knowledge of all known shinjutsu that exist. You know what I'm saying? So that's viable too. So the first thing Momoshiki asked Boruto was, "Can you sense my presence, human child?" And then right after he said that, the JOUGAN eye came into the frame, activated and everything, and Momoshiki looked at his eye. He came real close and looked at Boruto's eye and said, "Now I understand. You have strongly inherited the power of the Otsutsuki. However, you are still inexperienced. You cannot see through your own destiny." So that's deep. That's deep, you know what I'm saying? Because Momoshiki isn't used to people being able to sense his presence, you know, in spirit form, because that's another plane of existence. So the JOUGAN has allowed him to see into another dimension. It's like the JOUGAN is activated. That's what I'm saying, per se. The JOUGAN was activated when he seen Momoshiki. So it literally is a direct correlation. The eye's always been activated when Boruto's perceiving and seeing all types of this nut shit in these other dimensions. Boruto's JOUGAN has been activated. So the JOUGAN literally allowed Boruto to sense the spirit of Momoshiki, even though it was on another plane of existence. So with this theory that people are having, Boruto very well could have been in another dimension when he perceived Code attacking the Leaf Village trying to summon him. So he could have been in another dimension, you know, per my theories. He's over in another dimension learning from Shibai. You know, there's a lot of different things that Boruto could have been doing in another dimension, but he's able to perceive, you know, people calling out to him and people mentioning his name, you know, because of the JOUGAN. And Two Blue Vortex Chapter 1 seems to be a flash forward within the time skip, because it literally picks up with Boruto returning to the Leaf Village. And we know that Boruto was not going to return to the Leaf Village until my boy had measures in place and techniques in place to combat insane level threats like Kawaki, Code, Damon. He can't come back to the village unless, you know what I'm saying, my boy put his head down, did the training, you know, and made sure he had that potential unlocked for him, you know, on some Gohan shit. Made sure he had his potential unlocked before he just pulled back up to Konoha. So it's very likely that we're gonna see all the shit that Boruto did, you know, previously in the time, like within that 3-year period in the anime, etc. That's generally how they have kind of made things operate, considering we only seen the early years of Boruto before he was a ninja within the Boruto anime. So it's like it fills in gaps per se. So we already know that the Boruto Two Blue Vortex anime, yo, we finna get all these fill in the gap moments and see Boruto, you know, it might make that clicking moment for us when we see that Boruto learn to draw out, you know, that JOUGAN ability just like he did in the anime in the beginning of the anime. So I think that this will be good for the JOUGAN. Without that moment in the anime to kind of be evidence for this theory loses its viability without, you know, that moment in the anime being so much of a parallel between the two, because I stated that, you know, it could have been some type of shinjutsu, you know what I'm saying, some type of clairvoyance, like I said, Superman super hearing technique that Boruto picked up during his training with Shibai, something like that. I thought that, you know, that was viable, but considering that we have a moment in the anime that lines up with this, I'm you know, I can co-sign that it very well might be the JOUGAN, and they're just, you know, teasing it per se, and not really flat out having Boruto show up with his eye open, you know, like, yo, what up, Code, like, I heard you, I seen you talking that shit, what up, boy? So I mean, I really think that they're teasing it so that people can put the puzzle pieces together when the anime comes out and they show us all the training that Boruto did, you know, with these deities, and, you know, how he perfected his skill set as an Otsutsuki shinobi. Comment down below what you think about this theory. Do you think that this is the JOUGAN Eyes ability, or do you think that this is more in the Shinjutsu realm of things? You know what I'm saying? Leave that down in the comment section below. Make sure you like that video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel. We on that road to 50K. Become a real ninja today. It's been your boy Anime Analyst, aka the Young Jiggy Ninja. I'm out of here. Peace.